5-number summary.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
I remember that.
Did we do that the other day?
We didn't actually
Okay.
talk about it, but I
Okay.
remember it from process.
All right, so Easley's not there. They left, so be all right. So I'm gonna make up. We're gonna go ahead and make up make up 13 numbers, and n is equal to 13. Oh, let me fix the. I don't know why they make these so small. There we go. Let's make it 20. Okay. And 21, 22, 22, 23, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 35, 40. I don't know how many that is. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 41. 13. Okay, so there's 13 numbers there. And the reason I'm doing 13 is for 2 reasons. One, I want you to have an odd amount and an even amount. This is an odd amount. And we're also going to do a 5-number summary. And you can't do a 5-number summary with 6 numbers. So now, on the test, and this is a question the 120 is asking also, they ask the question, there's one homework question that's got 50 numbers on it. Well, that's a homework question. I'm not going to give you 50 on the test. I'll give you one like 13 or 10 or 9, any below 13 probably. There might be a 15 on there, but that's it. But I'm going to show you how to do it on the Excel spreadsheet as well as the calculator, and you don't have to do all the basic math, okay? But I'll do that after we get it down. All right, now, let's go ahead and find the mean, median, and mode. So go ahead and be working on that. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Let me see who that is while y'all working on that, make sure nobody's cussing me out. Is that you? Are we having class?
Yep.
Okay. I bet I got calls from the Easley campus. No, that's from.
You want us to tell you what we got for the mean?
I said you need to speak up. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say you want me to tell you what the mean is?
No, I want y'all to work on all those right quick. I was gonna check I'm checking my text messages to make sure I don't need to call anybody.
I got you.
Okay, so mean, I'll go ahead and do the mean and let you check yours. That's going to be that number divided by 13. I got 29.15. What'd y'all get?
Same.
Okay, good.
Same.
And now the median. The median is going to be in the middle, so I need to count 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's the median. And I'll color that yellow. Equal to that number. Mode, I think I put in 22 as a, is 22 the mode?
Yes.
Range is equal to the highest minus the lowest. And the mid-range is equal to parentheses, the highest plus the lowest divided by 2. Parentheses divided by 2. Okay, variance is equal to this number minus this number, F4, to lock it for Excel people. And then we're going to square that number. And copy that down. And get a total of all of those numbers. And the numerator of our variance is 529.7. What'd y'all get?
I'm working on it.
Okay, go ahead and finish it. How about you, Oconee? Did you finish it?
No,
Okay.
I didn't finish it. I got to the mid-range.
You must not have a calculator. You can use your phone calculator if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm just,
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I can't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the variance is equal to that number divided by what?
Variance is the...
N minus 1 should be 12.
12. Good. And what is the standard deviation?
Is that under
Oh, I know.
Or raised to the 1/2 power. That's n what? N7? N7 raised to the 0.5 power. And now I'm going to put my curve down here. And that's going to equal that number in the middle. And I'm going to color that green. Dang over day. That's going to be green. And I'm going to color that aqua. And we're going to color these aqua. And these aqua, meaning that I added the and subtracted the that plus, huh?
I was wondering what you were doing. But now
I'm adding the standard deviation and subtracting the standard deviation on each side. Okay, I'm fixing to get pissed, is what I'm fixing to do. I do this all the time, and all of a sudden I can't do it. There. Okay, on this side, I'm going to what?
subtract.
Subtract the standard deviation. Go 4. And copy that down. Okay, I'll try it again.
I just feel like this class makes more sense now. Like, I don't
Well,
know if she was just going way too fast or.
it's because I am fantastic.
Yeah.
Gosh. Where's my gallon of water in a milk jug? All right. So, how we doing up there in Oconee?
We're doing good.
So draw your curve. Take my handy dandy virtual pen. Maybe I should draw a poster about this.
They might try to hang it up in your classroom.
Yep. And I have to put a piece of paper under it. Everybody has to sign it that they looked at it.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do next Tuesday, or no, February the 12th. No classes. We got to go up there and waste a whole day.
You're kidding. That's so dumb. Like,
Yeah. Be different if I was learning something.
yeah. Learn about them
95%,
posters.
huh?
I say you learn about them dang old posters.
Yeah. And as my daughter says, that's normal. %, falls within 2 standard deviations, which is your empirical rule. So 95% is normal. And what's outside of normal? Unusual. And then what's outside of unusual? Dang old outliers.
Yeah.
6 foot second graders. Okay? Now let's do the 5-number summary. 5-number summary is not that difficult. Let me move this down. Of course, I'm going to have to, let me move it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to move this down. Y'all got the numbers, I hope you do. Really? Oh, my Lord. I'm going to move every single thing down. Any other time it would...
Try to do it for you.
Yep. Okay. Now, the 5-number summary is made up of, guess how many? 5 numbers. You're being smart-ass. Okay? So, 5-number summary, we'll put it right. 5-number summary, I got a little bit more room over here to do it. So, I'm going to do it right here. 5-number summary. 5-number summary is made up of the men, the first quartile, the second quartile, the third quartile, yes, and the max. And I'm going to put the men is that number. So y'all shouldn't screw that up. Somebody will, though. And of course, that's the median, so that's going to be yellow. And that's equal to that number. And then the max is the what?
The last one. 41.
The max. And we'll color that. Let's go with a peach. Maybe a peach. Yeah. Maybe. No. There we go. A peach. Favorite fruit, peach. Okay. Now, this is also your 50th percentile. Now, let's go over the percentiles because you need to understand what a percentile is. All of us know how to read a gas gauge, right? Or a fuel gauge, right? So let's make a fuel gauge out of the normal curve. That's empty. And this is what? So what do you think this is? half full, or half empty, or half a tank, or whatever you want to call it. So this is called the 50th what? Percentile. It's also called the second quartile. If that's the second quartile, what's the first quartile? Well, what's between empty and a half?
A quarter.
25th percentile or a quarter. So there's your first what? First quartile, or as you said, 25th what? Percentile. And then of course between full and half full is 3/4, or your third what? Third quartile. Oh, good. Or 75th percentile. Good. Now you did see this before, so you cheated. Okay, 75, huh?
She didn't explain it like this.
Oh no, she didn't. She probably don't know what a fuel gauge is.
Girl, it was crazy.
Whoever it was, who was it?
Angela Ward. At Pendleton.
Okay, so first, what do you do first? Well, in order to find the 25th percentile, you need to take the median of the median of the median. So, how many numbers are above the 29?
6.
6. So how do you find the median of 6 numbers?
You take the 22 and 23, average.
And that's your first. And do the bottom the same way. Find those 2 medians. While I do it, but I'm going to color them because I do these things for y'all. I know, I try.
I really didn't think it would turn out like that, though.
What?
That it would be 23.
Yep. I'm going to try to find a yucky color. We'll go with that color. No. I wish this thing would quit bouncing up and down. It drives me bananas. Let me find a color. I want to find another color. Let's go with... Let's go with a pale blue. How about that? Okay, I'm going to take the average of those 2. And that's going to be that color right there. And that's equal to parentheses, this number, plus this number, divided by what? 2. See there? Isn't it easy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to take these 2, and we'll color those 2 something. Let's go with a burnt orange color, whatever that is. And that'll be that color. Wait a minute, I got the max the wrong color. Max is supposed to be this color. Huh, I don't know how I did that.
The bottom one by recent colors. You had it at peach color. No, you had it at peach.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that color.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, it's right there.
All right, that'll have to do. And equals parentheses this plus that divided by 2. And there is your 5-number summary. Now, what does the 5-number summary do? It gives you your box plot. I'm going to erase this right here, and we're going to draw a box plot. Now, there's 3 parts to a box plot. Number 1, write this down. Draw a number line. Draw and fill in the number line. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a number line right here. Put 2 ends on it. And what do you think is going to go on the left side? The min. If the min goes on the left side, what do you think is going to go on the right side? The max. And then what do you think is going to go in the middle? Well, you got to go away from the 5-number summary to get the middle. It's the mid-range.
She never told us that.
Yep.
She always told us that it was the second one. But that makes more sense.
So that's the middle of the, this right here is your box plot. That's the middle of the box plot. This is right here is your box plot.
Oh,
But you got to have somewhere You got to have somewhere to put it. If you don't put the number line first, then you can't draw the box plot on the number line. You don't have nowhere to locate it.
But that makes so much more sense.
Mm-hmm. Now the second part. 1, draw a number line. 2, graduate. Not with a cap and gown, but, is that right? Graduate. I should quit drinking. Graduate. What does graduate mean? It means label your number line. Fill it with marks so you can locate something on it. How do you do that? You find the midpoint of the midpoint of the midpoint. It's called interpolation. You find the middle of the middle of the middle. What's 21 plus 31? 52. Half of 52 is 26. 31 plus 41, 72. Half of 72 is what?
30.
36.
36.
Yeah.
Now find half of half of half. What's 21 plus 26?
47.
47. Half of 47 is 26 point. What is it?
Like 2.
It ain't 26. It's like
I don't know what it is.
23 point.
23.5.
Yeah, I think so.
Just make 23 for government work. So I'm adding what? 2? 2 or 3? So add 2 would be 28. Add 2 would be 30 what? 3? That's close enough for government work. 39. Now you have your number line graduated so you can locate your what? Box plot. And now 3, draw your box plot. So what goes on the left side of the box plot? 22.5. So I'm going to do it in light blue because that's what I have it in. So 22.5 goes right about here. And orange, 33 point what? 33.5 goes right about here. And now I take my median, which is yellow, and that's 29. 29 be right in here. And you have just completed your what? Your box plot. Now, what does the box plot tell you? Well, I'm going to erase this right here. Well, not outliers, but it tells you whether your data is skewed left or skewed right or normal. Where is your mid-range? The mid-range is where? 31? Didn't we say it was 31?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's draw a line right here. That's your center. Now, what did I tell you statistics revolves around? Tendency of center. Everything revolves around the middle, right?
Yes.
Where is our mean or median? Where's our median?
To the left.
So it's showing this. And that is what we call skewed right. Because your data is where?
To
the left.
Yeah.
Skewed right. Because all the data, or a lot of the data, is to the left. Data is left. Okay, now I'm going to show you, we're going to go to the whiteboard here, because I'm running out of time. And we'll go to the whiteboard and I'm going to show you the 3 types of distribution. All right? So this data is a little bit to the left, not a lot. It's not like it could be. It could be over here, like that. But it's not a lot. It's a little bit skewed to the right, but not a lot. This is skewed right. That would be skewed right way over here. So I'm going to go to the whiteboard, and we're going to talk about this. Whiteboard. There we go. I'm going to give you 3 examples. Of course, the center of all these is pretty much where it's supposed to be. So here's the 3 examples. You have your normal distribution. Normal distribution looks like a curve. And this is usually with I'm going to use test scores. Let's say this is a X bar of 70, which is normally the average, because 70 to 79 is what? C, which means average. That's based on a normal curve. That means that some of the students studied, the teacher halfway covered the material, and the test somewhat covered the material. Okay, everybody with me? Now, what is this? This means skewed right, because most of the data is on the left, meaning that your class average now is around a 42, which means everybody what? Failed. Why? What causes this? Teacher not covering the material, teacher grabbed the wrong test out of the filing cabinet, and students didn't listen or study, or a combination, or all three. But what basically test something is wrong with this test. Okay? And what does this one mean? This one means that either the teacher gave you a way big bonus, or the test covered the material well, the teacher covered the material well, and the students all studied. So this would be skewed what?
Left.
Skewed left.
Yeah,
Because all the data and the test average here is like 84. So if you're in a history class and your history professor gives you your test back and the average looks like one of these, then you in your mind can say, okay, the test seems to be okay. I made a 98, then I'm good. If the test average is a 42 and you made a 46, you're still good, but everybody pretty much what? Failed. So that means they're going to have to add some points to get this where? Up. So that might be 20 points.
So that's where curves come from.
That's it. Ding! Little light went off, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's like people that I know that go to Clemson or whatever, and they say that they shoot for a 50 in their classes.
Probably, because
they all curve them. And we don't curve anything here.
well, that's because you got better teachers here.
That's good though.
Yeah. See, a lot of teachers, and I can say this because I was a student at Clemson, a lot of teachers, they go in there, they teach, and they leave. It's like they just get a paycheck. And that's it. And see, y'all are blessed to have a fantastic math teacher. So
I really am, because I can't afford to
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay.
I'm not.
Now, the only thing y'all got left is Z-scores, which we're going to do that next week. So I just want to talk about a minute because we are.
Can you go back to that other page, that Excel sheet?
Yeah, right there. There we go. And I'm going to write this in red for everybody because we're running out of time. I have covered, I hit red 2 or 3 times and it's just not listening to me. Okay. 1, you need to be working on all the homework except for Z-scores. Do not do anything with Z-scores yet. All right? If it asks for a standard score or a Z-score, standard score or Z-score, do not do it. Okay? If it says find the Z-score or find the standard score, do not do it. We're going to go over that next week. That is the only thing left in this unit. So what does that mean when we get through with the Z-score? When we get through with Z-score, that means the next thing that we got is a test review. What happens at the test review? I designate the time that the test will start and end. So therefore, what else is going to start and end? What do you do every day for practice?
The homework.
The homework will end. So that means if you've done all your homework up to right now and you're just waiting on this and you're waiting on Z-scores, then you're okay. But for those procrastinators, which I know they're out there, you need to start on that homework pretty soon. Okay? Who's got questions?
No, sir.
Okay, we got 5 more minutes just in case you have questions. So the only thing left, I think, is Z-scores.
Those aren't very bad.
No, they're not. They're
Once you
just,
figure 'em out.
it's once I show you what Z-scores actually do, it's not that hard at all.
I remember I was begging for some Z-scores in that from stat.
And they probably didn't give you any.
No.
All right.
Everything was awful. I didn't even go take my final. I emailed my teacher the day.
Well,
of the final.
I'm not saying this because you had a bad, I'm saying this because it shouldn't be that way. This is one of the easiest courses that is taught on campus math-wise.
This one?
There should be no reason for people to fail unless they're deadheads. That's the only ones that have the excuse to fail. And if the teacher makes this hard, I'm sorry, the teacher don't need to be teaching it. Question. All right, so I'm gonna cut off the recording and I'll post it, and I'll write an email to the Easley campus apologizing for in the lobby. I just wasn't mentally aware of what time it was.
So test is going to cover everything that we've covered so far.
Yes, 5 and 6.
So
Look in the outline, whatever the outline says.
the first part will be a lot of like definitions.
That'll only be 20% of the test.
Okay.
Reading will be 20% of the test. 80% of the test will be from chapter 6. And I covered what was important in chapter 5. You know, the discrete, the continuous, the definition of quantitative, qualitative data, that kind of stuff. And we'll do some more of these questions Monday. Monday and Wednesday we'll cover any homework questions that y'all send, which y'all haven't sent many, and we'll go over Z-scores, and then probably Friday we'll probably have wait a minute. Okay, I'm going out of town next week for Friday's class, so Friday I may just leave y'all to work on homework, and then Monday will be the review or something like that. Okay? All right, y'all have a good weekend.
You too.